Hi, I'm Susan Kennard and welcome to 5-Minute Frequency Tune-Up. This is where you get to spend a few minutes with me on a Friday morning. I pre-record these videos and today I really felt drawn to record this one. One of the things that I notice when I'm working with my clients and with my members and my community is that the more we are connected and embodied into our higher self, the more we have a life of ease and grace. So what the guides wanted to do today was to really help us to embody just a little bit more into our higher self. Now what that means, just so that I can explain it to you, is that if you imagine that you've got this physical human, right? This human body that you've chosen to journey with. And so you've got this physical body and you also have the spark of your soul. So if you imagine the spark of your soul being and residing within your physical body, so just get that for a sec. And then imagine that the bigger part of you, which is like your higher self, your oversoul, I'm just going to take my hair out, your oversoul is literally there and is living all of the lifetimes, all of the multidimensional self that you are in the now. And the more that you can actually bring that wisdom and knowledge into the here and now, into this physical being, the more you can live in a place of the moment. So yes, we can definitely manifest. Yes, we can create. Yes, we can choose. Of course, that's our birthright. But when we are embodied into our higher self, there isn't a need to think about the future. Okay. So the reason why we want to think about the future is because we want to feel safe in the knowing that there is something there for us. Okay, so the more we are embodied into our higher self, the more we can live in a place of possibility, ease and grace and trust. Okay, so I don't normally open these 5-minute frequencies with speaking very much, but I felt like we just needed to open that for you. So when you listen to this, it will be in the perfect divine timing. And you will experience this connection to embodying more of your higher self exactly when you need it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's come into our heart space. Take a deep breath. Good. And one of the ways that I like to connect more deeply in with my higher self, I do it all the time, but if you can just do it now today with me, what I do is I breathe in and I hold my breath for as long as possible. And what that does for me is it allows me to center, and then I imagine just my whole higher self, a big ball of light, let's call it a big ball of light, coming down and being in my heart center. So let's do that together. So let's take a deep breath and hold it for as long as you can and imagine that light coming in. And you may have already breathed out, or you may still be holding your breath. It's perfect, whichever way. So imagine that part of you is filling up, that higher self, that oversoul is filling up your heart space. And now imagine that it's filling up the whole of your body. So allow it to travel down through all the cells, all the organs, but mainly in the cells. So imagine it going through the whole of your body and lighting up your body. And then imagine expanding that light throughout. Imagine you're in this beautiful bubble of light that is your higher self, but that is just being human right now. Take another really big, deep breath in and hold. And then just connect in with your Earth Star under your feet. This connects you to Mother Earth. And your Soul Star above your head, connecting you to all that is, to the wisdom of the multiverse. Good. And now I want you to, well, we can invite in our guides and angels. They're always here anyway, but let's just invite them to be present. Good. Let's connect in with our higher self. So I want you to ask your higher self a specific question that you need an answer to, or you perceive you need an answer to. Okay, so let's do that together. So ask your higher self. So go into your heart, ask your question. You might start with, what do I need to know about this? Or what can you tell me about this? Yeah. Okay, and then just practice connecting with your higher self. You can use this process on a daily basis, and I would honestly recommend that. I would recommend that you connect with your higher self on a daily basis. The best time I find to do it is first thing in the morning when you wake up. So don't reach for your phone. Don't reach for social media. Try not to think about what your schedule is, but just connect in. And a good thing to say is, I remember who I am. That's a really good thing to say. I remember who I am. And you just need a couple of moments. You don't need to sit necessarily in meditation for hours on end. We used to, but we don't need to now. So just come into your higher self. Imagine that beautiful ball of light coming into your heart. I remember who I am. That way you start your day with remembering who you are, which really helps. So I want to just say to you that I do live my life in a place where I live in the present moment. And it feels so much easier to live in the present moment without thinking about the future. Now, obviously I have a diary, I have clients, I have courses, I'm always traveling, I'm doing all sorts of things. So of course I have a schedule, but I don't think about anything from a place of attachment, if that makes sense. So if we can let go of the attachment to outcome by coming within and remembering who we are, it really helps our life in this reality that we've chosen to live in. And if you're interested, it's just coming to me to offer you this, a chamber on my website, a galactic crystal healing chamber. I have many, but this one's coming to me, and it's the chamber of detachment. So that might be really helpful for you to step into for a few months. I'll leave the link below. Thank you so much for joining me. This is slightly longer than 5 minutes, but it felt really important for me to share this with you. Much love. See you very soon.